Good morning, everybody. It's Emil here, and wanted to take you through part of my morning routine that I go almost every morning, and that is making bulletproof coffee. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the most delicious unsweetened coffee that you'll ever have, and it has tremendous health benefits. It was a term that was coined by a guy named Dave Asprey, something that is starting to become a lot more popular now. I'm seeing it everywhere these days, and I was actually first introduced to it by one of my old roommates like 4 or 5 years ago. And I've been hooked ever since, and make it almost every morning. And the great thing is also, for the past several months, I've been intermittent fasting, and this will not take you out of your fast. So I'm going to take you through my process that I do every morning to make the coffee. And so basically what you're going to want to start out with, obviously, is some good organic beans. And now I keep it in my Airscape. This is pretty awesome. It helps keep the coffee fresh and lasting a lot longer because it protects it from the sunlight, and then it takes out all the air as well. So you want to make sure that you use organic coffee beans. And the reason is because that non-organic gets sprayed with a ton of pesticides. So you don't want to be ingesting that. So go organic. So we start with the coffee, and you're also going to need a grinder. Now I just use this electric grinder off Amazon because it is a lot faster. If you want a better quality grind, you can use something like this, which is the Hario hand grinder, which actually it's a conical burr grinder inside. So you're going to get the same type of grind from like a $200 electric burr machine, but this takes a lot longer in the morning. It's a lot more work, so I just go for the faster option. So I'm starting to see some people join right now. Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. You guys make coffee in the morning? So basically just scoop the beans into the grinder. And the other thing you're going to need also is a probe thermometer like this to measure the temperature of the water. Now I've already got it boiled here in the kettle, so I'm going to pop that in there. And I like to brew it between 180 to 185 degrees. Now some people will say that they do 200 or 205 is better. You can try both, see what you like better. They have Aeropress competitions for coffee, and a lot of the winners prefer 180 to 185, so I do 180 to 185. And that leads me to the other thing you're going to need, or what I use, is Aeropress. So I use this to brew the coffee. It's super easy, and is actually designed by the Stanford mechanical engineer who designed the Aerobi flying disc from the 80s. So I've got the probe in the water, keep an eye on that, and I'm going to be grinding up the coffee. Good morning, guys. Are you a coffee person or a tea person? Leave a thumbs up if you're coffee, and leave a heart if you like tea better, or leave something in the comments. What's up, guys? All right. So we've got the coffee ground. One of the other things I forgot is we're going to be using the blender to make the bulletproof. So one of the things I do to heat up the blender to keep the coffee warm is pour a little of the hot water in there. And that's going to be heating up while I'm brewing the coffee, so that when I put everything in there, it doesn't get cold. Hey, what's up, Jenno? Good morning. I see you're making the bulletproof. How are you liking it? So, all right. This is the filter that goes into the Aeropress. Hook that on there, and I put it over my mug. I've got my, good things come to those who go out and hustle mug. Bleeped out a little something there. So, take the coffee grounds, and the other thing that I use is a kitchen scale. So I like to measure how much coffee I'm going to be using because I want to know how much caffeine I'm going to be ingesting. So I used to just make coffee randomly and my caffeine tolerance would get messed up and I would crash. But ever since I started doing it a specific set amount every day, it's been a lot better. So I like 12 grams. That's going to give me about 120 milligrams of caffeine, and that's all the caffeine I have for the day. So let me move this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. So I'm going to put that on the scale, and you're going to tare it, which means basically zero it out. And then I'm going to put beans, the coffee grounds, in there until I get to about 12 grams. All right. So it's about 12. All right. So the other thing you want to measure is the amount of water. With 12 grams of coffee, perfect amount is 200 grams of water. So I've got the water here is now at about 182 degrees, which is perfect. So I am going to start brewing. So let me see. There you guys go. So this is going to measure the water. So I'm going to pour in there. And I do about 100 grams first. Got the little mixer here. And while you're doing this, you kind of sort of want to be timing it. I usually time it, but I'm filming this on my phone right now, so I don't have my timer. So you want to stir this up for about 30 seconds. Hey, what's up, Justin? How's it going? You make Bulletproof? It is delicious. Seriously, I'm addicted to this stuff. And it's like rocket fuel for your brain in the morning. So my timing is going to be a little off on this video, but basically you want to mix it for about 30 seconds. Then you're going to fill it up until you get to 200 grams, or however much you want. Okay, got 200 grams there. Then you're going to take the plunger, you're going to wet the tip a little bit. Don't need the scale anymore, so I'm going to stick that on there. And then once about another 30 seconds goes by, so about a minute after the water first touched it, then you're going to plunge this down for another 20 to 30 seconds. So my timing is going to be off on this video, but you go by those measurements. So you just push this down. And you want to do a slow push. You don't want to just, boom, force it all through. And there you go. You've made the first step of Bulletproof Coffee, which is the coffee. So I got the coffee in there, and the cleanup for this is super easy. Which you'll see, all you do is rinse this off, and boom. Pop this in there, rinse that off, and that's pretty much the cleaning for this. It's done. So I just set it here to dry and then use it tomorrow. This thing's biodegradable. You can compost it or just throw it away. Alright, so we got our coffee. Step 2, we're going to use the blender. So we got the water in here, we're going to pour that out. Blender is nice and warm now. And there are 3 main ingredients to Bulletproof. You got the coffee, and then you want to use number 2 is grass-fed unsalted butter. So we got Kerrygold right here. I love this brand. You can buy this at Sprouts or pretty much any grocery store. And you want to use a tablespoon of the butter. So just pop that into the blender. And you want to use grass-fed as well, because what they found out is, you know how they say you are what you eat? But what's also true is you are what you eat eats. So the butter from grass-fed cows versus butter from non-grass-fed, the fat compositions in the butter is different. So this is going to be much, much better for you. And the good thing about the butter, and then the other ingredient which we're going to use is MCT oil, which is medium chain triglyceride oil. It's derived from coconut oil. I use the Bulletproof brand XCT. These are both, it's all pretty much all fat. So by consuming it, your body is not going to start producing insulin. So that's why you stay in a fasted state. So we've got the butter in there. Bring this back down. Just gonna pour in the coffee. And a tablespoon of the MCT. And if you want, you can add in some sort of flavor that's non-sweetened. I usually switch it up between cinnamon or some vanilla extract, maybe some pumpkin spice or cacao powder. Today I'm going to do some cinnamon. So just a little sprinkle of cinnamon in there. And then you want to blend it for about 30 seconds. Hey guys. So if you've had Bulletproof Coffee, let me know. If not, I invite you to try it out. It is really, really, I promise you, the most delicious unsweetened coffee you'll ever have, and you're just gonna feel like freaking have so much energy in the morning. It's insane. It's insane. So we got that blended up pretty well. Boom, and then we're done. You just take that, pour it in your mug. And voila, a delicious cup of Bulletproof coffee. Oh, so good. So yeah, if you guys have not tried it before, I recommend trying it out. And let me know after you do what you think about it. And any questions, feel free to let me know. Jeno, send you the link. Yeah, it's called the Aeropress. You can find it on Amazon. I'll send you a link too. It's Aeropress. You can use a French press. I like this thing. So good. I do have this almost every morning, and it's amazing. A lot of health benefits. You're great for cognitive function, great for health, great for energy. So try it out, guys. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.